Montana for Pioneer League Baseball. My name is Scott Gladstone. So excited to have you along for the ride today as the Glacier Range Riders take on the Billings Mustangs in Game 2 of a 3-game series. Should be another great one after last night. Was certainly a baseball game. Baseball did that baseball as the Range Riders found themselves with a 5-1 lead midway through the contest before one of the biggest innings in franchise history. A 10-run top of the 6th inning, including a Logan Beard 3 RBI double, a Jacob Steele grand slam, a Tommy Rover 2-run home run, and a J.D. McLaughlin solo shot to center. From there, it was kind of coasting, a clunky 7th that allowed 7 runs, including a bases-clearing triple by Brody Wright. But J.D. McLaughlin's 2 RBI double was more than enough to give the Range Riders a push across the finish line. Final score, Range Riders 17, Billings Mustangs 8. The Range Riders will be happy to keep this roll going. They are one of 2 undefeateds remaining in the Pioneer League, joining the Modesto Roadsters with that clip. Both squads 4-0, while Billings and Missoula are 3-1. That means combined, the top 3 Montana teams right now are a total of 10-2 through 4 games for each. On the other side, it is Idaho Falls and the Red Pocket Mobiles that are winless in Pioneer League play, while the Great Falls Voyagers and the Yuba Sutter Freebirds are 1-3. In the middle of the Pioneer League standings through just 4 games, it's Boise, Long Beach, Oakland, and Ogden, all with records of 2-2. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for you live from Billings, Montana. Don't touch that dial. Sit back, relax, and enjoy your Saturday night right here.
Glacier Bank Park is just so beautiful. The absolutely stunning views, the facility that we have, we're just very fortunate.
This is a place where people can gather throughout the community. The location of the park itself is centrally located within the valley, and as such, it keeps everybody coming from all the different municipalities throughout the valley, and really it's just a hub for the community to meet.
My favorite thing about coming to the ball field is seeing old friends, seeing the beautiful complex, and the staff, how friendly they are. They greet us with friendliness, and the seats are awesome.
We also get to connect with folks as far away as Boston that are here on vacation that actually want to come to a ballpark because I talk them into it because that's how special it is.
So we come to socialize. We love our group and we just have a really good time. Of course, we like watching the game too. And we like to win.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Welcome back into the broadcast booth. Scott Gladstone with you as the Range Riders and the Billings Mustangs getting set for baseball here from the Magic City, Billings, Montana, biggest city in the state of Montana. And it's time to go over the starting lineups. Let's start with the home side, your Glacier Range Riders, to see how they line up for 2026's 5th game. Leading off to start will be J.D. McLaughlin. He bats out of the leadoff hole for the 5th straight game. Big night for him last night, a home run and a 2 RBI double. Logan Beard bats second, plays second base. Carson Garner will bat third, Jake Millen 4th, Jacob Steele 5th. What a game for him, his first professional home run, and I learned pregame it was his first grand slam he's ever hit. So how about that? Donovan Ratfield will bat in the 6th hole and play catcher once again, while the bottom 3 is Carson Horning, Tommy Rover, and Kyle Ashworth. The first professional start for Aiden Elfering. And you'll notice a theme when we talk about pitchers today, as Aiden Elfering is a D3 dog, that's for sure. Let's go to the other side. For the Billings Mustangs, Cameron Bowen leads off, while Michael Soper, who had a home run yesterday, bats second. Adam Kootway bats third. The middle 3 are Muniz as well as Mills and Mikolas, Bodie Wright, Cam Uren, and A.J. Shaver. The bottom part of the lineup, Harry Orth is the starting pitcher for this Billings Mustangs squad. Harry Orth, also a D3 pitcher, product out of the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, is Orth the starting pitcher for this Billings Mustang squad. We'll take one more quick break, and when we come back, we will have first pitch from Dealer Park in Billings, Montana.
This is Johns Manville, built on experience, guided by people who believe every detail matters. We manufacture commercial roofing systems with purpose, combining performance, protection, and long-term reliability. From the science behind our products to the trust earned on every job, we focus on what lasts and what comes next. Steady leadership, proven performance. Johns Manville Commercial Roofing Systems.
Welcome back. Scott Gladstone with you as we get set for baseball live from Billings, Montana. The Mustangs making their way out in front of a really good Saturday night crowd here at Dealer Park. They are repping the blue tops, their USA-themed jerseys due to Memorial Day weekend and the Memorial Day holiday on Monday. I'm going to step back and let you hear the national anthem live in stadium. That was our national anthem sung live in stadium. Of course, a happy Memorial Day weekend to you in general, and of course, much appreciation to all those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. The Range Riders are thinking about you and the families of those this weekend. Starting pitcher for this Billings Mustang squad is Harry Orth. Orth will do the pitching duties here. He will throw it in to Kyle Miklas as Miklas does the catching duties. Muniz gets the day off while Soper over at third. Bowen, the shortstop. Bodie Wright, after a good pinch hitting string of at-bats yesterday, he plays second base. Pat Mills over at first. The outfield from left to right, Uran, Shaver, and Kootway. That's how the Billings defense lines up. Reminder of the Range Rider lineup: McLaughlin, Beard, Garner, Millen, Steele, Ratfield, Horning, Rover, and Ashworth. That's the starting 9. So I said the theme for the starting pitchers tonight is professional debuts, kind of. This is a Pioneer League debut for Orth. He did have a good stint, was one of the top pitchers in the U.S. PBL, which is the United Shores Professional Baseball League. 3.75 ERA for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers there in 2022, but he hasn't played much since then. A couple injuries have kept him off of the mound. But before that, a 4-year career at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh, which is a very solid D3 school across the board athletically. Over his 4 seasons with the Titans, Orth had a 4.42 ERA, over 114 innings pitched, 123 strikeouts to 48 walks. Harry Orth, the first Pioneer League batter he will face is Mr. J.D. McLaughlin. Orth picked up by the Schaumburg Boomers at the start of this year, but before making an appearance for the Boomers, they let him go, and he's ended up in the Magic City, Billings, Montana. First pitch coming into J.D. McLaughlin. We are underway with a called ball. 6:37 p.m., 75 degrees and sunny, a beautiful day in Billings, Montana. J.D. McLaughlin now sees the 1-0 from the right-hander. Upstairs, it is 2-0. Range Riders have been the most patient team in the PBL, the top walk rates among anybody. The 2-0 swing is a foul ball back into the netting.
It's a beautiful day here in Billings, Montana. 76 degrees at game time. Wind blowing out toward right center field. 2-1.
There's a called strike, and the count goes to 2-2.
Cloudy skies, the sun currently behind those clouds, so the entire field of play is in the shade as we
Home plate umpire is Zach Dart tonight, while Michael Goebbels at third, Cole Pryor's at first. 2-2 is upstairs. Jazz couldn't fold it down, could Miklas. And a 3-ball, 2-strike pitch coming into J.D. McLaughlin. Called strike 3. McLaughlin was off and running to first before that one even hit the glove of Miklas, it felt like. Instead, he strikes out looking. Range Riders, third most strikeouts in the league through the first 4 games, which obviously a little bit worrying, but the first in walks. And they got more walks than strikeouts, which you will take any day of the week. For an entire lineup, that is crazy. Ball outside, the count goes to 1-0. 6 pitches in the at-bat by J.D. McLaughlin. You can't necessarily complain about it. Technically goes down as a quality AB. Foul ball by Logan Beard. Count goes to 1-1. Logan Beard on the season. 4th on the team in batting average, 350 clip. 1 home run, 5 RBIs, 12 total bases for Beard. 1-1. Swing and a miss as he fans over the top of it. Count goes to 1-2. Appreciate all you tuning in as the seems like the Flathead faithful are settling down for some Saturday dinner and some baseball, as that is called strike 3. Logan Beard doesn't like it. There's 2 gone, both by way of a backwards K. Both times, the batters did not love the call. sitting at 3,100 feet, just a little over 3,100 feet here in Billings. Dealer Park, home of the Mustangs. Carson Garner, the man to the dish, and he will see it into the zone. 0-1. Good inning thus far for Harry Orth. 0-1, 2-out pitch with the bases empty. Swung on to right field, and it is down for a knock. Carson Garner has himself a base hit. Garner, third on the team in batting average. That'll go up a little bit. 357 before that base knock, now a little bit higher. Clean as you like it into right field. Up comes Jake Millen. Millen in batting practice today. He was getting a little egg on from Coach Todd Pratt, manager Todd Pratt, who wanted to see the long ball come from Millen. I'll tell you what, he is a great, as there's a ball, don't know where it missed. He is a great candidate for the home run derby knockout round that is used to settle ties in the Pioneer League. 1-0 pitch into Millen. Outside, he was crushing balls. Just, I mean, yeah, it was fun to watch. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Upstairs, 3-0. Millen, decent batting average at 250, but the on-base percentage, that's what makes you really have a double take. 609 on-base percentage, and now a 3-0 count into Millen. Gets over the plate, 3-1. Harry Orth. This is what the Range Riders have done, and I love it. Even if they get nothing from this inning, it's still 16 pitches that he has to throw in inning number 1. 3-1 pitch. Hitters count for Millen. Ooh, and he takes that one down the middle. Has yet to take the bat off his shoulder. Couple of these, and I'm just fresh off watching that BP round, but whew. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Garner's going from first, and it misses low and inside. Two outs as Jacob Steele steps to the plate. Steele told me pregame, and I mentioned this in the pregame show, but that was his first professional home run. We knew that, but it was also his first grand slam he's ever hit. Upstairs and past Miklas. Everybody advances a bag. And now 2 in scoring position after the wild pitch. Range Riders, little 2-out opportunity right now against these Mustangs. Jacob Steele not short on games played and opportunities for grand slams. He played 190 games in his collegiate career with the Central Missouri Mules. Downstairs, we're seeing a tight strike zone thus far for the most part. 2 balls, no count, no out, no strikes, and 2 outs. The 2-0 pitch. Knocked up and foul. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs now. Millen on second, Garner on third. Decent wheels on both. It only really comes into play for Garner if there's a wild pitch. A 2-1. Up high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Range Riders have walked now 50 times this season. They are the first to 50 walks. They're also 4th in home runs, the Range Riders. As that is ball 4, and Steele earns a free pass, the 51st walk of the season. This, I mean, I'm telling you, as Donovan Ratfield comes to the plate, this is the confidence booster that I have. It's not necessarily, like, obviously the big innings, the big swings here and there. There's been some clutch moments. you're happy with that, you embrace that, but you realize that's not always going to be the case. But the on-base ability and the peskiness at the plate, that gives me so much confidence about where this Range Rider squad is at. Base is loaded for Donnie Rat. He sees it dead center for 0-1. Still trying to feel out Harry Orth on the bump. 0-1, 2 outs. Foul ball down the left field line. Ratfield out in front of it. Range Riders were sent down looking twice against Orth. Kind of a deceiving pitch coming in there. And this Mustang squad, who despite being 3-1, have the 9th worst ERA in the league, are right now at risk of going down early if Donnie Rat can come up with something. 0-2 pitch into the Range Rider catcher. Late swing and fouls it down the right field line. Donovan Ratfield, I think that's one of his biggest points of improvement, is bat to ball, being able to stay alive in counts. Top hitter on this squad in terms of batting average. Second highest slugging percentage, actually third highest slugging percentage on the team, excuse me. 667 slugging. Gets a piece of that into shallow right, and it will fall. 1 run across, 2 runs will score. It's a 2 RBI single by Donovan Ratfield, and the Range Riders lead 2-0 in the first. Great piece of hitting by the Range Rider catcher, and he has his 7th and 8th RBIs of the year. What a 2-out rally for the Range Riders. Garner and Millen across. Steele goes first to third. They look kind of dead in the water after the strikeouts looking for McLaughlin and Beard. And next thing you know, bada bang, it's 2-0 Glacier. Now Donovan Ratfield on first is Horning. Fouls it back. Carson Horning started on opening day. Day off on the second game. Started on the third game. Day off yesterday. So the odd number games he's all started in. The 0-1 to Carson. Inside, count goes to 1-1. I think he picked up a slight knock in that first game of the season on a hot shot that came over towards him. 111 batting average for Horning. Has scored twice. This one a foul ball to make the count 1-2. Horning, Jacksonville State product. Before that, South Carolina. Originally from Overland Park, Kansas, the 1-2 pitch. Headed out towards left field, looks playable for Uran. Makes the grab, and that's out number 3. Donovan Ratfield comes up with a 2 RBI single, and the Range Riders lead 2-0 as we head to the bottom of inning number 1.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
D3 career at the University of Dubuque. Dubuque is in Iowa. 4 years, 15 wins over that time, a 4.14 career ERA. As this one has decent carry to left field. Horning tracking back and making the grab near the warning track. It's the first out recorded. Decent swing from Bowen, just not enough under. Elfring, a two-way player. He also got a ton of at-bats over his final 2 seasons with Dubuque. And honestly, he could be, if the Range Riders need to dig down on that depth chart, he could be a pinch running option. Just if they're out of guys, they want to use somebody for that designated pinch hitting role, because he's got 8 career stolen bases and has never been caught. So decent wheels. The 0-1. In the bottom of the zone. Count goes to 0-2 on Michael Soper. 236 strikeouts in his collegiate career to just 28 walks. That is a number that doesn't feel real. I mean, I was saying Orth's numbers were really good. 123 Ks to 48. 236 to 28. This one a tapper over to second base. Need a decent play from Beard. He'll flip it underhand. A first Millen into the glove for out number 2. 43 total appearances on the bump. For Dubuque, they are the Spartans, if you don't know. So both these guys, stalwarts at the Division III level. As there's a ball that missed somewhere. Count goes to 1-0. And there's a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. I will say, a lot more innings pitched, so that makes the walk number even more impressive at only 28. But 241 1/3 innings pitched, only 236 strikeouts. That means that's less than a strikeout per inning. Don't expect him to get a ton of Ks, but we saw what was the script for Elfring, which is get contact that your defense can work on. Swing and a miss, and the count goes to 2-2. Let's see if Elfring can find his first professional strikeout to finish a clean first frame. The 2-2 pitch in, just missed up and away to Kootway. Kootway on the season, .375 batting average. Does have some really good Northwoods League experience, Elfring, as that is a ball up and in. Since high school, Elfring has only walked 51 guys, and that's in. He's now pitched in 328 innings since he finished his prep career, and that was only his 52nd walk in that time. I'm just getting this across because I don't think people realize how crazy that is. That went all the ball. The count goes to 1-0 for Elfring. Charlie Muniz, an NAIA dog at Cumberland's, talked about his numbers, which were video game for the Patriots. 0-1. And that one's called a ball. .20 pitch. 3-0. I might have talked about the walks too much, and hope I'm not pulling a classic announcer's jinx here. 3-0, 2-out pitch. Finally finds that strike zone again. He needs the designated hitter. Wearing the number 21, now to Puerto Rico. 3-1, 2-out pitch. Called a strike. Count goes to 3-2. Good fight back from Elfring. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners going, swung on, and it's just fair down the left field line. Green light to send the runner home, and there will be no play at the plate. It's an RBI double by Charlie Muniz on the 3-2 pitch, and it's 2-1. The Mustangs bite right back. Garner just out of his reach over there at third. Also the luxury of 3-2, 2 outs, which had Kuwei going. Maybe there's a chance he doesn't get home if that wasn't the case. Instead, base knock could tie this ball game up. Fouled off by Patrick Mills. Mills, the best batter on this squad through the first 4 games, .533 batting average. 5 RBIs, which leads the team. Oh, 1. High and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Billings, it feels like they're putting an emphasis on being more patient right now. 1 ball, 1 strike. This one over to first, and it's right at Millen for out number 3. Another 2-out rally for some runs. Just 1 for the Mustangs, but all 3 have come with 2 outs. Muniz gets the RBI double. It's 2-1 as we head to the second. Top of the second inning here. Glacier Range Riders with a 2-1 lead after 1 inning of play, and 8 and 9 will step to the plate in the form of Tommy Rover, as well as Kyle Ashford out of the 9-hole. We're also guaranteed an at-bat for J.D. McLaughlin. Great crowd here in Billings. This one, a high fly ball to left field, backing up to the track. And the catch is made just in front of the wall. Couple deep flyouts, 1 pitch, 1 out. Orth will appreciate it. Range Riders thus far. Here's a good test for those of you who have watched a ton of games, as I'm going to pull up the stat for it. It'll take me a second to get there. What inning, as Ashworth drops down a bunt, the throw to first is high, and it's a base knock by Ashworth or an error. It doesn't matter. But I'll tell you what, I was ready for that one because he said in batting practice to manager Top Rat, he said, I'm going to drop one down for a base hit. And maybe it doesn't go down as a base hit, and it goes down as an error, but he reaches, and Ashworth wants to have that as part of his arsenal. It does go down as an E1. Ashworth will take it nonetheless, and now he has a chance to run over there on first. Called strike into J.D. McLaughlin, and the count goes to 0-1. Question I was asking is, what inning do you think the Range Riders have scored the most runs this season? What inning do you think they've scored the least runs this inning, or this season? Foul back. Count goes to 0-2 on J.D. Shouldn't take too long to pull up here. This is interesting because there's 2 innings where the Range Riders have scored 0 runs coming into the game. But one of those has already been erased as a late swing and a foul ball by McLaughlin keeps it at 0-2. That was the first inning. The Range Riders had not scored in the first inning all year, and they just put in 2 in the first. Their 4th highest inning has been the second, where they've scored a total of 6 runs this season. 0-2 pitch, pick off over to first. Ashworth just back in safely. The top inning, maybe obviously, has been the 6th. PK put in his gas and he nailed it. Most in the 6th because they scored 10 in the 6th last night. Ashworth stunts his steal, and that one's through up the middle. Base knock. Ashworth thought about second, holds up, or thought about going to third from second. Instead, he'll hold his second. It's a base knock. 2 on for Logan Beard. 0-1 count for Beard. He had a big home run in the 9th inning. One of the games in Great Falls. Second highest inning is the 7th, where the Range Riders have scored a total of 10 runs this season. So if you take out the 10-run 6th that we had yesterday, then it really is the 7th. That's been the most consistent inning where the Range Riders have put in runs. The Range Riders have also scored 8 in the 8th. That is the 3rd most. Upstairs to Beard. 1-1. Runners on first and second, 1 out, top of the 2nd inning. Putting more pressure on Orth, whose next pitch will be his 40th already of the contest. In total, the Range Riders have outscored their opponents over 4 games by a total of 52-21. That's coming into this, so technically it's 54-22 now. That one downstairs, and it's 2-1 for Beard. Just an absurd stat line. A lot of the numbers are absurd, and it's early gun. You got to wait at least a week or 2 for things to sort of balance out. But the Range Riders made their stat line more absurd yesterday, so trending in the right direction, I guess. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out. First and second. Swing and a miss by Beard as that was offered over the heart of the plate. Late swing from the Range Rider second baseman. Foul the back. We'll do 3-2 again. Another quality AB for Beard. This season with runners on base, Beard is technically 2 for 9. Range Riders as a whole with runners on base are batting .307 compared to their opponents who are batting .167 in those situations. That's ball 4. A walk issued to Beard, and the Range Riders are more than happy to take those base on balls. That's the thing I've loved is they don't get over audacious at the plate and say, no, I want to get that. I want to get that run scoring double. I want to get that run scoring signal. It is team baseball where they're just passing off the bat to the next guy and trusting that they're going to get him home. And there's something about, I think, just the camaraderie that I've noticed in these first couple games where I've heard these guys talk about the game before and talk about different moments and everything like that. It already feels like way more than even last season, obviously, when the wins just weren't coming in like they've started to come in this season. 1 out and the bases loaded. The Range Riders, another big opportunity. Carson Garner with a single into right that started the 2-out rally last frame, and he swings and misses at that one. Count goes to 0-1, Orth at 45 pitches. So Mustang squad that used a ton of pitchers out of the pen, obviously dealing with that mega inning by the Range Riders. The mega 6-run. As this one is a sky-high fly to right field. Kootway back to the track, and it is caught. Wow. Carson Garner just needed one more push-up to get that one over the fence. Instead, it's a sacrifice fly, and it's 3-1. His batting average won't be hurt by it, but his ego may be a little bit bruised as he wanted the second Grand Slam in as many days for the Range Riders. Jake Millen now to the plate. Millen 0 for 0, walking his first time up. 2 outs. McLaughlin on third, Beard on first. Beard not going to try a ton of steals over there. Up and away as maybe a missed foot placement there by Orth, who's kicking around some dirt, trying to resettle himself. 3-1 Range Riders as they continue being pretty solid in the second innings. Bluff to bat, it's called in the zone. I don't know about that. I think the umpire wanted to call a swing and strike because it really looked like Millen was going. Millen's got a runner on third here. With runners in scoring position this year, he's 2 for 3. 2 for 6, actually, for a .333 batting average. Fouled up and away. This is one of the few times in the PBL season where it feels like we're going to see a game finish well before our game finishes. Starting at 5:30 our time, an hour before first pitch, was the Ballers. They play at 4:30 local time on Saturdays. The 1-2 pitch is upstairs to Millen. 2-2. Orth still trying to figure out that footwork there as the 6'4", 245-pounder can't quite settle in how he wants. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on for Jake Millen. Swing and a miss. Millen comes up empty. It's a sacrifice fly for the Range Riders. They get 1 across, but no more as we head to the bottom of the second. 3-1 Glacier.
In 1858, one man's ingenuity sparked a legacy. When Henry Ward Johns set out to rethink roofing, he built something that would last. That spirit carried forward in 1901 when Johns joined forces with Charles Manville, creating Johns Manville. For more than 160 years, through challenge and change, innovation and resilience have defined who we are. Today, backed by Berkshire Hathaway, Johns Manville is trusted in the commercial roofing industry with systems built to perform.
Bottom of the second inning here as it's 6, 7, and 8. 2 up for the Billings Mustangs. Miklas, Wright, and Uran. Aiden Elfring, first professional start, still looking to have that first clean frame. And still looking for the first pro strikeout. I mentioned he had some good campaigns in the Northwoods League, as there's a called strike, which is, in my opinion, the best simulation of pro baseball that there is in the summer collegiate baseball ranks. 0-1. Not only are they playing in a bunch of former affiliated ballparks, a lot of them are, or just like, you know, kind of refurbished, done up former affiliated ranks, or some of them former independent ballparks, as the 0-2 comes in from Elfring outside. But in general, the season is 72 games in 76 days, so it feels a lot like the Pioneer League, even more rigorous to some extent. Ball up and away. 10 starts for the Waterloo Bucks this past summer, where he had a 4-2 record and a 3.51 ERA. Hit over and through the right side. Base knocked by Miklas. Leads off the frame with a hit in the right. Seen a couple fairly hard hit balls off the bat. Elfring, of course, is suited with the task of following up the really good starts the past 4 nights. Obviously, you take Maynard, who opened the game on Wednesday, out of it, just due to the awkwardness of the schedule, as the glove flip for 1, the throw for 2, not in time. It's a 6'4" fielder's choice, as, again, that's the luxury of having a pitch-to-contact pitcher. Steele to Beard. Gets the fielder's choice, and Wright just fast enough to beat out a potential double play. Cam Uran into the left-handed batter's box. First pitch. Call the ball. Count goes to 1-0. Elfring also made 7 starts for the Bucks and had a 5.97 ERA in the summer of 2024. Foul ball by Uran. Mentioned he was a batter as well. Hit .356 last spring for Dubuque. So heck, if he needs to pick up a bat, he probably could. Probably hasn't worked on that as much. Runners going. Throw in. Got him. Bodie Wright caught stealing. And after a lot of runners were able to reach safely last night, Donovan Ratfield finally able to shake that bugaboo off his back. It's a called strike as well. So the Range Riders much appreciate that play. Count goes to 1-2, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Elfring into Uran, and almost a behind-the-back play made by the pitcher. That would have been something. And instead, the slow roller just squeaks through up the middle. And there's 1 aboard with 2 out. For Uran, or for Elfring, it's not about necessarily minimizing those singles. He'll probably take a single every inning. That's fine. Minimize the free passes and you minimize the long balls, and you're going to be set up very nicely. Obviously, your defense has to make a few plays in there. But that's the template for him, which is a lot different than some of the other starters in this rotation. This is a fly ball to center field. McLaughlin will watch it fly. And that's the long ball you want to avoid. It comes flying off the bat of A.J. Shaver. We're tied thanks to the 2-run blast by the Billings center fielder. Flip over the lineup card for the first time. 3-3 your score line as Cam Bowen steps back up, fly out to left for Bowen. Range Riders will be happy at least that Bodie Wright ran himself off the base paths with the caught stealing. Or they could be facing a deficit right now. Bowen sees a first pitch ball. Count goes 2-1-0. 3-3 scoreline here, bottom of the second inning. This one hit towards first and beyond the dive of Millen. And another base knock against Elfring. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Up comes Michael Soper. Soper is 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. Two outs and a runner on first. In the zone, just cuts the inner edge. 0-1 goes the count. We're all tied up here. For Shaver, his first home run of the season has equalized it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shaver batting into the 9 hole. Only 3 RBIs coming in, so now 5 for him. Great attendance here in Billings on this Saturday night. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The bottom of the second. This one up the middle, through for a base knock. Bowen boogies first to third. And Adam Kootway, who had a walk in the first inning, will step to the plate. All of the runs coming in for both sides, technically with 2 outs. Because technically the sacrifice fly crossed in the top half of this frame with 2 outs, because as soon as it hit the outfielder's glove, there was 2. I don't know if it actually goes down that way as a 2-out RBI. This one, sky high fly to right. Looking back for it, and McLaughlin sees it fly over the fence. A 3-run blast by Kootway. The second home run of the inning. This one is a real punch to the jaw of the Range Riders. Kootway sends it yard. He hit his first professional home run early this week, and he'll take his second home run of the season to double the score line of the Range Riders. It is now 6-3. Time for a conversation between Will Oman and starting pitcher Aiden Elfring. Will Oman, Range Rider pitching coach. First year with the Range Riders, Oman. And somebody who clearly knows a lot about the game of baseball. Phenomenal career as a pitcher in the bigs. And played for 6 MLB organizations from 2000 to 2012. 2 different stints with the Cubs, a year with the Braves, a year with the Dodgers, 1 with the Orioles, and then later that year with the Marlins, before spending the final 2 years of his career with the Chicago White Sox. Count goes to 1-0 as Muniz steps to the plate. Muniz doubled down the left field side. Called strike, 1-1. 6 runs across here, bottom of the second inning. And there's a ball. Count goes to 2-1. How does Elfring respond to the second home run against him after a myriad of hits in this frame? This one's hit towards second. Steele juggles it, and it will be an error to continue the frame. Range Riders 3 errors scored as last night, which dropped their fielding percentage to 7th in the league. It'll drop a little bit lower. The 967 mark it was at. By 7th, I think that means the 5th best. I think it's flipped wrong because the 873 fielding percentage by Billings in my notes here is listed as 3rd, which is not the 3rd best, that's the 3rd worst. Foul ball, count goes to 0-1 on Patrick Mills. Dangerous batter here who lined out to first in his first trip to the plate. 5 already put up in this inning.
6-3 Mustangs, bottom 2.
Late swing.
Mills cut and miss.
And the count goes to 0-2.
Mills lined out to first in the first inning.
Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that was a bullet off the bat. A lot of loud contact from the Mustangs, even before the 2 home runs. 1-2.
Out of front of it. Foul ball. Count goes to 1-2. Range Riders right now facing their largest deficit of the season. A 3-run deficit here. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Late swing, and it's fouled off down the left field line.
Mustangs have come back. I mean, 2 of their first 3 wins, they've come back.
Certainly Elfring's had his ups and downs on the mound throughout his career. Another foul ball, just trying to find that punch-out pitch. In his career, he has the 4th most innings pitched in Dubuque history, the 2nd most career strikeouts, the 5th most career wins. At the plate, he also hit the 2nd most career home runs. This is a scraper down the 3rd base line, and it's just foul. Staying alive, however.
Again, count still 1-2. And Means will head back to first base. Where do you have it? When I was talking to Mills about it, he said that this team never feels like they're out of the game. There's a lot of great energy, a lot of veterans on this team as well.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Elfring would really love to either find a punch-out pitch or just an out coming from anywhere to bring this inning to a close. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 2nd. Runner on first is Means. Swing and a miss. The first professional strikeout of Elfring's career brings a 30-pitch inning to a close. We'll be back for the 3rd inning. The Mustangs lead 6-3.
Sometimes minor issues can turn into big problems the longer you wait. Hi, I'm Dr. James Cromie, General Surgeon at Logan Health. It's important to talk to your doctor if you notice any changes in your health. If surgery is part of the solution, we're here to help. Logan Health has the most comprehensive robotic surgery program in Montana, helping you to heal faster and get back to what you love.
Welcome back. It's the bottom of the 2nd inning. Scratch that, top of the 3rd. Harry Orth on 51 pitches. We'll step back out there. Elfring and Orth through 2 innings have the exact same number of pitches thrown. The difference is the big ball, the 2 home runs, a 2-run blast and a 3-run blast in the past half inning. While the Range Riders had bases loaded and only got 1 from it last frame. This one sky-high fly to right field. Looking up, and it is gone. Jacob Steele, his 2nd home run of the season, the 2nd of his pro career. 1 pitch, and boom shakalaka, goodbye baseball. The Range Riders said, if you want to play a long ball game, we can do that. It is 6-4. Donovan Ratfield steps in. The ball is flying today. Range Riders, the pitching staff last year allowed some home runs, fair amount, but the offense just couldn't really hit anything. As Orth is way in the dirt on that one. This might be an early trip to the bullpen for both sides, just the way the pitch counts are racking up. Obviously 10 runs through less than 3 innings. Not a stat line that bodes well for the future of these pitchers into this game. Orth is really not agreeing with the front of the bump. You see after every pitch, he's kind of scraping and wiping off that landing zone with his front foot. That time he got it figured out. And a called strike into Donovan Ratfield. 2 RBI single for Ratfield. His last time up. It's top of the first inning. 6-4 scoreline. This is a classic PBL start. As this is popped up sky high. Shallow center. Bowen moving back to grab it. And there's 1 out. Carson Horning. Go figure for the Range Riders. They've had the bases loaded in each of the past 2 innings. But they hit the home run with nobody on. It's kind of like what Billings did yesterday, as they out-hit the Range Riders but came up empty in terms of the win. Baseball giveth and it taketh away. 6-4 scoreline. The 1-up. Called strike, and it's 1-1 for Carson Horning, who flied out to the warning track in left in the first inning. Out in front of that funky one. Fooled him a little bit.
Glove up near his chest, the ball's in his bare hand.
96 games played over 2 seasons with the Jack State Gamecocks. And a base knock up the middle for Horning. Second hit of his professional career puts him on first base. With 1 gone, top of the third, tying run comes to the plate for the Range Riders. I have a feeling neither of these sides is going to go away. And we got 15 total games of Range Riders versus Mustangs, and I think every single one of them is going to be appointment television. Up comes Tommy Rover, who's 0 for 1 with the deep fly out. Ball upstairs to Rover. Switch hitter batting from the left side, flying out again to left field, his first time up. The 1-0. Popped it. Sky high, shallow left. Coming in as Uran. And the catch is made, out number 2. So Worth's done a good job getting those weak contact pop outs as Kyle Ashworth steps up, reaching on a bunt his last time and an error on Orth. Orth hasn't given many any free passes in this half inning, which against the Range Riders is certainly success. That one skates through the 1 hole in the netting, gets over the top of the dugout. I've talked about the expanded netting they put in here, but there's always a way to get to the crowd somehow, whether it's over the netting or through the few gaps that you have to have in there so that people can walk through gates and stuff. That one gets through. It looks like everybody's okay. 0-1. Cold strike on the outer part of the zone. Second game of 3 between these two sides. 6-4 Mustangs lead. The 0-2 pitch and Kyle Ashworth. High and away. Count goes to 1-2. Range Riders, this will be the 18th plate appearance and technically only 6 quality at-bats as terms of the stat goes. That one delivered upstairs. We talked about quality at-bats. Technically a single doesn't get you one according to what that stat is. 2-2. That's a ball away, says our home plate umpire. This one is a quality at-bat because he's seen over 2 pitches after 2 strikes, which is one of the qualifications for a quality at-bat. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners gone. And a foul scrape into the mitt of Nicholas for out number 3. For the first time, we see a half inning with nobody scoring. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 6-4 Billings. Nah, scratch that. Steele hit a home run. Everybody's still scoring. We'll be right back.
Thinking about where to host your next office event? Book the indoor event space at Glacier Bank Park. With a capacity up to 145 people, our indoor event space is a flexible, year-round venue ideal for accommodating receptions, conferences, and holiday parties. The spacious layout boasts impressive stadium and mountain views, providing the perfect setting for guests to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
Innovation has always been at the core of Johns Manville. From advanced testing labs to real-world job sites, we rethink what roofing can deliver. Through science, precision engineering, and decades of real-world experience, we engineer commercial roofing systems that deliver lasting performance. At Johns Manville, innovation means listening, learning, and building solutions that meet today's needs while preparing for what's next. This is progress with purpose.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 6-4. Billings has the lead over the Glacier Range Riders.
All right, Kyle, get a start now.
Kyle Miklas up to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a single into right. Fouls off the first pitch. Elfrink trying to bounce back, throw the first shutout frame of his pro career. Again, I mentioned he has seen plenty of ups and downs over his lifetime on the bump. More than reasonable to think he can bounce back. A swing and a miss makes the count 0-2. Popped up, out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Range Rider deficit, which I've not said that much this season. Millen will flip to Elfring, who will tap the bag himself for out number 1. It seemed like Millen was closer to the bag than Elfring was when he let that one go. But he lets Elfring get the put out himself and stretch out the legs a little bit to first. And 1 gone in the bottom of the 3rd inning off the Miklas ground out. Bodie right now to the plate, grounded into that fielder's choice. And then was caught stealing, called strike, and the count goes to 0-1. This one out to left center field. McLaughlin, the man to play it and catch it. Out number 2. Cam, you ran in. You ran a single up the middle. That was the one that just went behind the back of Elfring. If he makes the catch on that one, if he knocks it down, he'll probably have a good chance to just go scramble, pick it up, throw to first. And then it's a shutout frame, and it's probably 4-1 in favor of the Range Riders. Instead, it just squeaked through, got up the middle. Next thing you know, it's a home run, and then another home run. It's a tapper that is going to have to be played over at third, garner the throw. They're not going to get it in time, and so, of course, similar thing happens. It's just squeaked out for a base knock, and Now up comes the man who had a long home run his last time up, A.J. Shaver. Another tough break for Elfring. 8th hit allowed.
All right, same thing as last time, AJ. Here you go, kid.
Not that he knows that.
First pitch is a called ball.
Now 6-4 Mustangs.
That one also outside. Demon by our home plate umpire. This one to right field. Off the wall. Throw into the cutoff of Beard, and it will be a double, as Uran can only get as far as third. Maybe Ashworth had a play back there, but I don't know. It looked like it was just floating. And this Billings Mustang squad with 2 outs is really solid today. They're also batting .500 with runners in scoring position, so that doesn't hurt. And all of the runs brought in have been with 2 outs. Up comes Cam Bowen. Outside, count goes to 1-0. This one hit on the ground and through the legs of the umpire into center field, and it's a 2 RBI base hit. 8-4 Mustangs. Uran and Shaver across. And that infield single by Uran. Just brutal. Just a brutal go of it. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd inning. Up comes Soper to the plate. Soper is 1 for 2, a single into center. His first time. Fouled off. Elfring on 65 pitches now with that pitch count going up. You got to think it will probably be a long relief outing for somebody, even if he still is able to get it centered and find a shutout inning or two. We're probably not going much more than the 4th or 5th, Elfring. 8-4 Billings. Runner on first and Bowen. In the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd inning.
Mustangs have managed double-digit hits and this season. Yeah, that already includes tonight. 1-2.
Foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes, once again into Soper. Away, 2-2.
This is how this offense looked late last night. 2-2.
And another foul ball.
Back out of play. Even though the Mustangs were down 15-1 at one point, they continued to fight and really made things difficult on the Range Riders and on manager Todd Kraft.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd inning. Runner on first and Bowen. He has wheels. He stunts a steal there, and it's a swing and a foul ball. I didn't even realize he got contact on that one. Barely looked like he touched it, but just enough of a scrape. We'll do 2-2 once more. This one carried out to center field, and it's a hit. Bowen's going first to third. The throw will come in, and they gave him an out. Wow, what a throw from J.D. McLaughlin. A pitcher on the back ropes, and Cam Bowen runs himself out of the inning. We head to the fourth. It is Mustangs 8, Range Riders 4.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
Atrial fibrillation, or AFib, is the most common heart rhythm disorder we see here in Montana. For many, it can make simple routines feel unpredictable. Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Brunson, cardiac electrophysiologist here at Logan Health. Our program uses pulse field ablation, a safer option for treating AFib. By limiting damage to surrounding tissue, this helps your heart recover faster so your heart can keep up with your life.
J.D. McLaughlin leads us off here in the top of the fourth inning. J.D. with a beautiful throw to third base to end that inning and help out his starting pitcher in Elfring, getting a big out on the base paths. We also saw a great throw to second from Ratfield earlier to catch somebody stealing. Baseball, I guess, kind of evens out when guys make plays like that to the errors and such that we've seen, as this one lofts to left field. And the catch is made by Uran. Now let's see if the offense can try and back him up. Not successful on the first at-bat. Up steps Logan Beard with a walk. First pitch, Beard into shallow left, coming in, and it will fall for a base knock from Logan Beard. Don't know if Uran was going to get to it, but he didn't get a good read on it, that's for sure. That helped make sure it was going to fall. A couple quick ABs here against Orth as the Range Riders are coming out charging. One out, runner on first now. Range Riders have scored in each inning thus far. So have Billings. They've just been more as that one goes over the head of Carson Garner, who's 1 for 1 with the sacrifice fly and a walk. If he just put a little bit more juice on it, it would have been a grand slam on his sac fly. Instead, it backed Kootway up to the wall where he made the catch, and only one came across. Plays like that, the difference in this game. Obviously, a 3-run blast and a 2-run blast in the ensuing inning. Put Billings in front. In the lead, they still hold.
That's 73 pitches. One out in this fourth inning. Now fires home.
In the lower part of the zone, count goes to 2-1. Shake of the head from Garner. There's a ball, and the count's 3-1 on Carson Garner. 75 pitches thrown by Orth. Obviously, Billings has the advantage, but it might come down to which bullpen can hold the other offense in check. 3 balls, 1 strike. And it's ball 4. Garner earns himself a walk. Range Riders more than happy to absorb the base on balls. The 4th walk of the day by Glacier. 1 out, runners on first and second. Jake Millen stepping up to the plate. Walk and a strikeout for him. Take our first look around the league today. As, like I mentioned, we got a game already in the top of the 7th, so we're going to get a clear sense of at least one finish by midway through this contest. As Millen swings and misses on the first pitch, count goes to 0-1. Oakland leads Long Beach 9-6 in the top of the 7th. It's at Raimondi Park, Oakland, California. 0-1 pitch with 1 out. And it's in the zone. It's 0-2 on Millen. Idaho Falls has a 7-3 lead over Great Falls in the bottom of the 4th inning. Red Pocket and Modesto are at 3-3 as the Mobiles look for their first win of the season. Same with Idaho Falls. They beat Great Falls. They're finally in the win column. Ball up and away to Millen. Boise leads Ogden 2-0. And Missoula and Yuba about to get underway. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out into Millen. Late swing by Millen to protect. Count will stay at 1-2 for Jake Millen. The league leaders in on-base percentage, Millen. Coming into today's game, he has reached base 61% of the time. The 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out pitch with 2 on. Sky high and foul. Dealer Park here, Billings. This is one of the stadiums I get to feel like I'm most just in the crowd with the fans, which has its pros and cons. At times it endears me to the Billings faithful, and at other times it perturbs me. The 1-2. Up and away, 2-2. Really fun during a 10-run inning. Less fun when you allow 7 runs during an inning, which both happened over the course of 2 innings last night. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 4th. Buff towards third, where a routine catch is made by Soper. That one knocked off the cuticles of Millen. And an easy one for Soper to grab.
Now batting, shortstop number 6, Jacob Steele. 6 ain't got no whiz. Go bat up.
2 outs, Jacob Steele, solo home run his last time up. Range Riders would love to see something similar. As that one goes in the dirt, Nicholas a great block. Obviously 2 undefeateds remaining right now, Glacier and Modesto. But in general, as we take a look around kind of the individual statistic leaderboards, it's still kind of a melee. Ratfield is 4th in the league in batting average, though. 1-0. Strike at the bottom of the zone. That goes to 1-1. Jacob Steele 2nd on this squad in batting average. That means in the league, he's 21st. 1 for 1, so at least right now he's going up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Call the strike. The count goes to 2-2. League leader in on-base percentage is Weaver of the Red Pocket Mobiles. He has been on base at a .692 clip in 3 games. 2-2, 2 out pitch with 2 on in the top of the 4th. Deuces wild and a swing and a miss. Steele punched out, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. For the first time, a goose egg is on the scoreboard in a half inning. We head to the bottom half of the frame.
Need a space that offers both a place to dine and an area to mingle in style? Book the Hideaway and Corner Suite at Glacier Bank Park. You and up to 50 guests will enjoy full catering services in the Hideaway, and incredible mountain views and comfortable furnishings in the luxury corner suite. This versatile combination offers a space to dine and a place to relax, creating the perfect arrangement for guests looking to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
Bottom of the fourth inning. Aiden Elfring out there on 72 pitches. Trying to at least get a final frame clean. Something to take away from this contest as he faces off against Adam Kutwe. Got the better of him for the biggest scoring play of the day for either side, a 3-run blast. At the bottom of the second. The limbo action count goes to 1-0. On tap, top of the fifth inning, we got you some trivia, so get your mind right for that one. Foul down the right field line.
Ball and a strike. The Mustang right fielder. An extra base hit in yesterday's game as well. It was a triple.
Towards third, one hops to Garner, needs a throw on target, and it's not. No, that's just been the way it's gone. Garner had to charge it, but probably an error on the missed throw. We'll see what the scoreboard signals, and it does signal an error, E5 on Carson Garner. Range Riders fielded really well in Great Falls, but an uncharacteristic 2 errors in the first 4 innings for this Range Rider defense.
Yesterday, Bodie Wright and AJ Shaver each tripling in last night's ball game as well.
Swing and a miss.
Swinging and missing for strike 1. That was the first time the Mustangs have had a triple game since 2022. I haven't used mine yet. I hope it's still good. 0-1.
There's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the fourth, 8-4. Range Riders trail. Swing and a miss.
Players with a triple in that game. This time the Mustangs had 3 last night.
This one up the middle. And Beard just can't get to it. Oh, man. Just out of his reach. And a game of inches continues to be played. And this Range Rider defense, who in an alternate universe would have a 4-1 lead right now, probably. Instead, that one being a hair away from a double play turns into another single up the middle. Patrick Mills to the plate. Mills is one of the only guys that Elfring has really dominated 0 for 2. And he's the top batting average on the team. Baseball finds a way to keep you on your toes. 1-0 pitch. Sky high to right. Opportunity to tag, and it's just a stunt. So 0 for 3 that's where you see the positive from Elfring, certainly, where you go, okay, wait, he just took a left-handed batter who was the best batting average on this team, one of the best in the league, 533 clip, was slugging 1,200, and he just dealt with him kind of not easy. It was a line out the first one, but a strikeout and a fly out the next 2 times, and that was a really weak contact fly out. And you go, it's there from Elfring. Just got to string it together at the right time, and Billings, well, their offense doesn't decide to turn it on today until 2 outs, it seems, as this is a chance for 2. Throw for 1, and then it's 2, 3, 6, 1 double play, and that is Elfring's first clean sheet as a starting pitcher in this Pioneer League, and a beautiful anchor leg of a double play. That's how it ends. We go to the 5th. It's 8-4 Billings.
At Johns Manville, it's always been about people, the people who design the systems, the people who build them, and the people who depend on them to perform every day. That's why we approach commercial roofing with care, collaboration, and respect for what's at stake. Because every roof protects more than a building. It protects people, livelihoods, and peace of mind. That's the responsibility we stand behind. Johns Manville Commercial Roofing Systems.
Welcome back. Top of the 5th inning. Billings 8, Glacier 4. 6, 7, and 8 due up, including Donovan Ratfield, Horning, and Rover behind him. First pitch coming into Ratfield here, popped up his last time after a 2 RBI single in his first trip to the plate. Orth is on 89 pitches, and he's still out there. You can almost guarantee his final inning of work. And another strike. Time called by Rat.
Making his second appearance of the year. His first one with a long relief roll. The 0-2.
Ball. Make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got trivia, and we usually do baseball trivia, but I think on maybe Saturdays, maybe Sundays, some weekend games, I'm going to mix it up, mix some other sports in there, because I'm a fan of all sports, and so is the McLaughlin family, as we learned yesterday. This one 2 hops to second, where Wright throws to first for out number 1. We got an NFL question coming your way. What is the only team in the NFL to neither host nor play in the Super Bowl? There's a handful that have not played in the Super Bowl. And if you know that short list, then you could probably do process of elimination to figure out who this is. This is a semi-hard one. As that pitch misses, and the count goes to 1-0. Only team in the NFL to neither host nor play in the Super Bowl. Certainly not the Seattle Seahawks, are the defending Super Bowl champions. As Oppo down the left field line, Hornung might have extra bases on this one as it goes all the way to the wall. And Carson Hornung, his second hit of the day, is a stand-up double. Nice little flip on that one. PK's got a guess in the chat, and that's the Cleveland Browns. Is it correct? Yes, it is. It's the Cleveland Browns. I knew PK would get to that one pretty quick.
4 innings, 1 run on just 3 hits. 60 pitches, and he was the winning pitcher. Mustangs eventually came all the way back from down 8-1 to win it 17-10. Steps off and looks back. Hornung.
Got a good guess in from our producer back home who runs our broadcast, Janelle. She said Jacksonville, which is correct. They have not played in a Super Bowl, but Super Bowl 39 was hosted at Everbank Stadium, then known as Alltel Stadium. That was the Patriots-Eagles Super Bowl. That was hosted in Jacksonville. So they have hosted one Super Bowl, so that eliminates them from this contention, which that's a great guess. I didn't even think about Jacksonville, but it does make sense. Because when you think about their stadium, it's not necessarily the glitz and the glam of now you see the only stadiums getting Super Bowl hosting duties. Ball downstairs. This is Tommy Rover at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike to Rover. 2 flyouts to the opposite side. Of course, the last one hosted in Santa Clara, California, where the Seahawks hosted the Lombardi Trophy, hoisted it. Outside, it's 3-1 on Rover, trying to reach base for the first time today. One is hit down the right field line, foul out of the reach of Mills. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 5th inning, 8-4 Mustangs lead. Upcoming Super Bowls. Next year it is another NFC West team hosting it, as SoFi Stadium will get the Super Bowl on February 14th, Valentine's Day, in Inglewood, California, home of the Rams and the Chargers. And the year after that, it goes to Atlanta, as a swinging and a miss sends down Rover. Mercedes-Benz Stadium hosting the 2028 Super Bowl. And after that, if you're wondering, 2029 Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, 2030 the brand new Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee.
8-4 Mustangs, top 5.
Called strike, count goes to 0-1. Runner on second, and Hornung got there on the 1-out double. Now trying to cash in on it is Kyle Ashworth. This one hit up the middle, fielded by Bodie Wright. Throw is pure to first base. Range Riders get Harry Orth through 5 innings on 102 pitches. He's likely done for the day, but a really good bounce-back performance. 2 shutout frames by Orth before finishing off what is likely the final pitch of his start. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 5th.
Range Riders fans, Glacier Bank Park offers a variety of suites to accommodate groups of all sizes, from small gatherings to parties of up to 65 people. The balcony views and exclusive services create a premium experience for celebrations, reunions, and outings of all kinds. Enjoy the convenience and comfort of your private space, breathtaking Montana scenery, and high-level action on the field, while our dedicated hospitality team creates an unforgettable experience for you and your family, friends, or business associates.
When injuries occur, it can feel like your goals are out of reach. I'm Dr. Karen Purser, an orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist at Logan Health. If you injure a joint, muscle, or bone, our orthopedics and sports medicine specialists are here to help. Our highly specialized surgeons, clinicians, and physical therapists offer innovative treatments and the latest minimally invasive procedures to help you recover and return to activity faster and stronger so that you can reach your goal.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
New pitcher into the contest for the Glacier Range Riders. Starting with a clean slate at the beginning of the inning is Brady Chavez. Chavez came in and it was a frustrating outing for him yesterday where he received just 1 out and had 2 runs scored against him. But it was in that crazy inning where everything was turning up roses for the Mustangs, and not like today isn't like that. They've had a lot of success at the plate due to 12 hits. But maybe a clean slate for him will help him out as this one's foul. Took a big hop off something in the dirt down there by the third base bag. 8-4 Range Riders trail. You can see me on the stream there in the corner. Foul ball. See exactly where we're situated, exactly where I'm watching from. Over in that booth next to me right there, that's Brandon Januska, voice of the Mustangs, who you can listen to his stream on Home Team Network. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul ball again. One and 2 once more to Bodie Wright from Brady Chavez. Chavez, product of Sacramento State University, former Big Sky football school. On the ground, steal. Bullet to first, out number 1. Nice double play end at the bottom of the 4th. Now a 6-3 ground out gets a start, gets Chavez his 2nd out recorded. This one's sky high to center, right center field. Ingman close to it, but Ashworth closer. And now the closest as it is out number 2.
5-0 or? I thought it'd start there, you know.
Two gone pretty quickly for Chavez. Trying to work a 1-2-3 frame. It would be the first, I believe, worked by either side. First pitch was a ball. Might have jinxed it by mentioning it, though. Yeah, we haven't seen a 1-2-3 frame yet. Keeping you busy on this Saturday night. 1-0. Nice pitch in the zone. 1-1. Range Riders, the deepest they've gone into a season as an undefeated squad. And a base knock, and that's probably on me for mentioning a 1-2-3 inning because it stays that way. No 1-2-3 frames. A.J. Shaver is now 3 for 3 with a base knock this time. Cam Bowen steps up, going 2 for 3. Final line for Elfring. I look at his line, and I don't think it necessarily says the full script. It was a couple long balls that really sunk the ship, but 4 innings, 12 hits, 8 runs, all of them do go down as earned. 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. And Bowen kind of torqued himself into the lane there. They're not going to call that at all because he technically stayed in the right-handed batter's box, but that was certainly annoying if you're Ratfield behind the plate. And obviously it was on accident, but it just does kind of expose a loophole where if you just contort your body weird and kind of half trip, and maybe get away with a throw off of the catcher. Shaver steals the bag. It's 0-2 after the foul ball by Bowen. Low and away by Chavez. Chavez activated to the roster yesterday. Made his pro debut. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now trying to steal third after a foul ball. This Mustang squad more than happy to run. They stole 4 bags yesterday. Obviously, sometimes the aggressiveness on the base paths have hurt them. And you have to go far back as the Cam Bowen trying to go first to third. JD McLaughlin threw a dart. That's all she wrote at the bottom of the 3rd inning. Ball downstairs. 2-2 goes the count with Bowen, the leadoff man, up at the plate. The Rotarians here in Billings put on a parade earlier today for Memorial Day. And the Mustangs were all wearing these jerseys out at that parade. 2-2. This one gets to the backstop. Chavez will have to cover home just in case, but a wild pitch. Pushes the count to 3-2. Chavez just trying to deal with one more guy in Bowen and get out of this inning clean. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Chavez gets the strikeout and finishes a clean frame. And we head to the 6th. It's 8-4 Billings. JD McLaughlin, the man to lead us off. McLaughlin 1 for 3 today. A single right now. Range Riders just feel like they probably left some runs on the table. They've gotten base runners, many by way of the walk, which has been a specialty from this Glacier squad. As first pitch fired in is fouled off. New pitcher into the contest is Carlos Anziani.
Take a look at some of the other scores from around the Pioneer League. The out-of-town score.
Fouled off on the first one. Big right-hander. 6'4", 240. Something gets called a strike.
Out in Oakland, the Oakland Ballers have a 12-11 lead.
Anziani, 1-0 record with a 2.25 ERA. One of the better options out of the pen with a small sample size. Swing and a miss. And there's a 3-pitch strikeout for Anziani. Originally from Lake Mary, Florida. Played in the draft league most recently with the State College Spikes. Only allowed 2 hits thus far this year. Pitched 4 innings in the Wednesday game versus Idaho Falls and allowed just 1 earned run. 60 total pitches, so he might be riding a little bit of the ways here. Logan Beard sees a strike and the count goes to 0-1. Previous playing experience with the Pecos Bills, Hagerstown Flying Boxcars, and the Spikes. 0-1. Fouled off. Count goes to 0-2. 2024, he played for LSU Shreveport. The Pilots played in just 2 games there, and there was with the Mexico Junior College Thunderbirds before that.
Billings, 8-4 Mustangs over the Range Riders.
Popped up, looking for it, and out of play. Ricochets around, eventually gets in the Range Rider dugout. Journeyman has been all over the country. Started with the University of Michigan, Anziani. And then a year at FIU where he pitched in 4 games. Then the JUCO ranks in New Mexico. Then the NAI ranks in Shreveport, and then I already mentioned 3 other professional ranks he's been with. So there's a call. Strike 3 on Beard. And a punch out for Anziani. Two gone, top of the 6th inning. Very good option out of the pen for this Mustang squad. We'll see if we see Chavez for another inning. Didn't look half bad in that first frame. That's a nice breaking pitch. It goes right down Main Street. And nodding in agreement is Garner. Garner walked his last time up. He's 1 for 1 today, a single and a sacrifice fly, along with that walk. Pulled that one low and away, did Anziani. Range Riders, this is the latest into a contest that they've had a deficit so far this season. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Fouled it off. Range Riders have not had a guy put it into fair play today against Anziani. Final line for the starter in Orth. 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them will be earned, 6 strikeouts and 4 walks. Range Riders stranded 8 on base against Orth. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bluff of the bat, did he go? No. Crowd don't like it. Range Rider fans do. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning.
It's 2-2.
Or you're like, I wish I wasn't. In some sense, you know.
That one's low and away. No bluff swing by Garner. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Anziani to Garner. And it's ball 4 and a walk. Carson Garner gets himself aboard. Man, he's been every bit as expected of what the Range Riders thought they were getting last year. And it was a slow, clunky start to his professional career. But I know this coaching staff, as well as assistant GM Kyle Spencer, they talk all the time about these second-year guys, especially because when you're coming off the spring college season, sometimes you're just exhausted. And that's really what you chalk it up to. Garner's running. Hit and run as it's going into right field. Garner will be able to get to third easily. Perfect hit and run as that was a rocket off the bat of Millen. I think he was just going to let it go and then realized it was going to be near the zone and said, hey, let me just do something with it. Millen now on first, and Jacob Steele has a big opportunity with 2 on and 2 outs. A home run today for Jacob Steele, his second of the season. In the zone from Anziani. Range Riders, man. One of these times we're going to pull up the average pitches seen per inning, and I mean, 15 is the mark you want to be at as an offense. It's got to be around 20. There's another called strike. Count goes to 0-2. This one, I mean, Anziani took care of the first 2 guys pretty quickly. And it's 16 pitches thrown by Anziani, just like that. So you've gone over where you want to go over. 0-2, 2-out pitch, Anziani to Jacob Steele, the Range Rider shortstop. Low and away, good restraint from the former Central Missouri Mule to avoid a swing there. Count goes to 1-2. Millen on first there, decent wheels from Millen, but probably not gonna go. Late swing, fouled it off. Garner on third. Man, I mean, in a start to the season that has a bright spot up and down the lineup card and up and down the pitching card, Garner might be the biggest one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Millen still on first. That's a ball inside. No challenge. They have the right to. 2-2, 2-out pitch, top of the 6th inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 2 on at the corners. The pitch.
Low and away, nowhere near.
Inside, it's a full count.
3-2 will come in, and this time Millen will get the chance to run from first base. This has been a great at-bat from Jacob Steele. Can he pay it off? 3-2 coming home. Swing and a miss. Anziani finishes the inning with a strikeout swinging. We head to the bottom half of the frame. It's 8-4 Billings.
Glacier Bank Park is just so beautiful. The absolutely stunning views, the facility that we have. We're just very fortunate.
This is a place where people can gather throughout the community. The location of the park itself is centrally located within the valley, and as such, it keeps everybody coming from all the different municipalities throughout the valley, and really it's just a hub for the community to meet.
My favorite thing about coming to the ball field is seeing old friends, seeing the beautiful complex, and the staff, how friendly they are. They greet us with friendliness, and the seats are awesome.
We also get to connect with folks as far away as Boston that are here on vacation that actually want to come to a ballpark because I talk them into it because that's how special it is.
So we come to socialize. We love our group and we just have a really good time. Of course, we like watching the game too. And we like to win.
At Johns Manville, what we build starts with who we are. We are people champions, listening first, putting customers and teams at the center of every decision. We're driven by passion, always going the extra mile, always pushing ideas further. We perform, setting higher standards, delivering stronger results, and creating lasting value. And we protect, our people, our customers, and the world around us, today and for generations to come.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Krone Pro Seal, proudly serving the Flathead Valley with expert asphalt seal coating and quality workmanship since 1988. Learn more at KroneProSeal.com. Huge shout out to all of our sponsors making this game and every game this season free on YouTube. As always, since our second season, free to listen via the Go Range Riders app. Download it now in the Apple App Store and actually today live on the Google Play Store. So you can get it, Android, Apple, wherever you may be. It should be live in the Android store as well. Two great pitches to start the AB for Michael Soper. Both in the zone from Brady Chavez, who gets a second inning of work. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Chavez, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Sends down Soper. Up steps Adam Kootway. Biggest swing of the day, three-run blast. This one towards right field, and that one's off the base of the wall. Kootway holds at second. Nearly had his second long ball of the evening. Instead, scooters into second. Tonight's broadcast is also brought to you by Evergreen Disposal, providing reliable garbage pickup and dumpster rental service across Flathead and Lincoln County. Learn more at evergreengarbage.com. Life's important questions coming up in the top of the seventh inning. As always, a good one on tap. 1-0, 1 out. Life's important questions, if you're just joining us, is where we ask you the questions that might not seem important at first, but they really do make you think a little bit. Some more than others. Had a couple people chime in on the magician versus clown debate yesterday. Which one would you rather spend too much time with? Have yet to see somebody argue for clown. 2 balls and 1 strike is a swing and a miss. Everybody went magician. I can buy into a magician vibe. We might get it in, a little bit annoying. Runner's going. Throw down to third. Got him. Looked like Kootway was safe to me. Woo, woo. Great job by Garner at third to take a high throw from Ratfield and slap it down. And this Billings Mustang squad has been caught stealing a couple times. They ran from first to third and got themselves thrown out. And this game could be pretty significant. Instead, it stays at a 4-run game because you wipe the guy on second clean. You put 2 outs on the board. Swing and a miss, and Chavez gets out of the inning. In big thanks to Donnie Ratfield and Carson Garner linking up for the second out. Kootway caught stealing, and we head to the 7th. Life's important questions, and maybe a Range Rider comeback on tap. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Gladstone with you. It's the top of the 7th inning. And another inning of work coming for Carlos Anziani as the Billings faithful try and cheer home the first home win of 2026. You can, of course, come down to the ballpark, Glacier Bank Park, next Tuesday, May 26th, for the home opener for the Glacier Range Riders. A squad right now sitting atop the Pioneer League, not just in the standings, but in most statistical categories. This is can't miss baseball. The Range Riders are playing. Of course, you can't make it down to the ballpark. Donovan Ratfield, foul ball down the left field line. Can't make it to the ballpark, make sure to join us on YouTube right here. I'll be with you on Tuesday night, as I will be throughout this 96-game season. A 1 count on Donovan Ratfield, who's 1 for 3, pop out and a ground out to go along with his 2-run single. 0-1, swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2. It's the top of the 7th inning. Range Rider half of the 7th means it's time for life's important questions. And that means we got a good one. This one will make you think. Hopefully. 0-2. No outs. I think I'm really split on this one. 0-2 coming in. Skips in the dirt and knocks the mask off Miklas. 1-2. Would you rather know how the world ends or know when the world ends? Would you know how or when? I think what I would go with is when. Just because probably a good chance it's hopefully out of my lifetime. And then I just don't even think about it again. Ball outside. Count goes to 2-2. But, well, here's the question. See, I think even if you knew how it ended, I don't think there's enough people that would listen to you to stop it from ending. As the 2-2 almost hits Ratfield. Count goes to 3-2. So it seems just pointless and painful to learn how the world ends. But let me know. Feel free to comment if you have a differing opinion. 3-2 pitch in. Swung on. Base knock to right field for Donovan Ratfield. Leadoff single for the Range Rider catcher. Yeah, on the small chance, though, that I learn when the world ends and somebody says it's tomorrow, I guess I'd take that, because if it's in my lifetime, it just makes you go, well, all right, I know how much time we got, and let's live it up until then. However that means to you. The 1-0, no out pitch, top of the 7th inning. Kind of a dark life's important questions here, making you consider our own mortality. But hey, we got 96 games, and it wouldn't be a baseball broadcast if, the broadcaster didn't go on a tangent that made you question your own mortality, We're having fun here. It's baseball. Let's go. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Carson Horning upstairs. I will not address uniform questions, but I will tell you that the Range Riders are rocking the green on green today.
2 separate occasions, and both of those are to go to Idaho Falls.
Swing, miss. Count goes to 2-2. No outs, top of the 7th inning. Runner on first is Ratfield. Not much of a threat to try and swipe it back over there. 2-2 pitch in Horning. Downstairs. Big 3-2 pitch, it feels like, coming up from Anziani to Hornung, who's 2 for 3. He can get a base knock and put 2 on with nobody out. Really start to put some pressure on the right-hander. And it's outside. Another walk for the Range Riders. This team, best plate discipline in the league in terms of drawing walks. Of course, they have some strikeouts too, but if that number of walks can stay above the number of strikeouts, which today the Range Riders have punched out 9 times to 6 walks. So the strikeouts are catching up. Anziani's getting a visit from Dennis Rasmussen, the pitching coach for the Billings Mustangs, who himself has a distinguished MLB career, just like the Range Riders pitching coach in Will Omen. Dennis Rasmussen, talked about it in the last couple of years since he's been a longtime pitching coach for this Mustang squad. 67 years old. And he is a tall guy, originally committed to play basketball at Creighton University. And he ended up going there because they allowed him to play baseball as well. Runners on first and second. Swing and a miss from Rover, who loses that elbow guard, as he's been apt to do on some swings and misses every once in a while. Count goes to 0-1. Rover, the lefty, stepping up to the plate. 0-1 pitch with runners on first and second. Hornung on first. Ratfield on second. Swing and a miss at that one too. Rasmussen, whatever he said to Anziani, has worked through the next 2 pitches. Rasmussen, his career lasted from 1983 to 1995, playing for the likes of the Padres, Yankees, Reds, the Padres again, the Cubs, and the Royals. 0-2, no out pitch with runners on first and second for Tommy Rover. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 swings and misses, and Rover walks to the dugout. Kyle Ashworth to the plate. Range Riders in a lot of situations, they would have had Rover drop down a bunt. If it were a closer game, that certainly would have made sense. Instead, the man who has reached on a bunt today, thanks to the error from Orff, steps to the plate. Ball goes up high to him. And the count's 1-0. J.D. McLaughlin waiting on deck. Hits right now in favor of Billings, 14-9 on the scoreboard. The 1-0. Fouled by Ashworth. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Games and an innings pitch. 1,714 and 2/3 innings.
1-1. Foul towards the Range Rider dugout. Now goes to 1-2. Anziani's 40th pitch since coming on. The Range Riders have made him work. He's probably going to throw at least 20 pitches in each of the innings. Unless there's a double play on this one, that'll be 19 in this one, 21 in his first inning of work. The 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out pitch here on the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Range Riders put runners on first and second with nobody out. And now they're in danger of squandering that. 10 left on base for the Range Riders thus far. That number would balloon to 12 if McLaughlin can't catch it, cash in. First pitch into JD. Whew. Getting that call. It looks quite a bit off the zone, but the slider, where it shifted in, made it look a little bit better. That's presumably why he got it. 0-1. Right-hander warming up at the pen for the Range Riders. Pitch into JD once more. Swung on to left field, and it's down. Stop sign for Donovan Ratfield. Probably a good one. And the bases are loaded for Logan Beard. Perfect swing there from McLaughlin, who saw that slider coming in and like a tennis racket. Just swatted it into left. It was a hit the whole way, but it got pretty quickly to Uran and left. So with Ratfield's wheels, he had to hold. It doesn't matter. The Range Riders, if they want to come back, they're going to need a little bit more than just the one run of Ratfield. So a smart stop sign, it seemed like, from Pratt. Anziani gives a fist bump to everybody around the diamond, and a new pitcher coming on for the Billings Mustangs. Gets an applause here, but his performance is hanging in the balance of the relief arm. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Magoo and Company of Whitefish, the Flathead Valley's premier jeweler, offering fine jewelry, expert repairs, custom designs, and more. Visit Magoo and Company in Whitefish today. Big moment as Logan Beard steps in to face this new pitcher. Wearing number 45, it's CJ Collier. Collier, a returning Mustang and a great arm for the Stangs last year. This year, in 2 innings pitched, he has allowed 1 earned run. That is a 4.5 ERA for Collier. Ratfield on third, Horning on second, and McLaughlin on first here in Billings, as you see the beautiful sunset over the Rim Rocks. J.D. McLaughlin, part of that conversation. Over there on first, he'll certainly have a chance to run if Logan Beard can find a gapper like he did yesterday in that 10-run top of the 6th inning, where he put one to the right center field gap and he wiped the bases clean. Boy, oh boy, would that be fun. Collier stepping into the contest. In a high magnitude moment. First pitch into Beard from Collier, the 6'2", 225-pounder, originally from Gilroy, California. Swung on, high fly ball to right field, moving down the line. And making the catch is the right fielder, Kootway. Put a good ride on it down the line, but just needed a little bit more under it. And the Range Riders strand the bases loaded. We head to the bottom half of the 7th. It's time to stretch in Billings. Welcome back into the contest as Will Maynard comes in for the Glacier Range Riders. Maynard probably had one of the tougher situations to deal with on Wednesday night. He slotted in to the starting role at the last minute due to the rain coming down and trying to figure out, hey, is this game going to be played? If it is, it's going to be cold. Don't want to use a starter. So ended up going with an opener, and with the rain pouring down about as hard as it did all night, Maynard struggled to find his command in the first inning and allowed just 2 runs, so he survived it where it could have been a lot worse. And now conditions a little bit more optimal for him as he throws a first pitch strike to Patrick Mills, who's 0 for 3. Final line for Chavez, who looked good in 2 innings of work. 2 hits, no earned runs. Did he go? No. 1-1 goes the count on Mills. 1-1 pitch in from Maynard. Missed somewhere. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Late swing, fouls it down the left field line, 2-2. Mills, happy to see the end of Elfring, probably the only guy in this lineup that was specifically happy to see. Everybody else kind of saw the pitches off the hand of the Range Rider starter pretty well, but Mills did not. 2-2, just outside. We've been scoreless on both sides since the end of the 3rd inning. This one hit on the ground towards Logan Beard, and it is under his glove. Beard, who came up empty on the fly out to right field with the bases loaded a moment ago, comes up empty in the glove, and it's a 3rd error of the day to reach the runner. Now Kyle Miklas to the plate. Miklas is 1 for 3 as Maynard resets on the bump. Has to play jump rope on that one. Count goes to 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Bottom of the 7th inning. Mills on first. Fouled off. Will Maynard, product of Houston, Texas, played in the Dodgers system most recently, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, which was their affiliate. I think that changed, and they're now with the Ontario Tower Buzzers. Foul ball, and count goes to 1-2. Miklas. Miklas out of Waller, Texas. These are 2 Texans going at it. One ball, 2-strike pitch. Good block. 2-2. Let's look at the scoreboard. As the Long Beach Coast have surged ahead in the top of the 9th inning in a wonky one in Oakland. It is 15-12 as Cuba Bess, former Yuba Sutter, well, yeah, Yuba Sutter high wheeler, they were last year. Call, strike 3. Miklas punched. Bodie right now stepping to the plate. Had a 3 RBI triple last night, but he's an 0 for today, 0 for 3. Cooper Vest also had a 3-run home run. Cooper Vest, I believe, a Great Falls Voyager last year. Over the head. All right, for Maynard. So the Ballers, who came back from way down last night and ended up walking off the coast in an awkward little sacrifice fly that, for some reason, Let me explain to you this play, because I was watching the end of that. The bases were loaded with 1 out. And when there was a ball hit to center field, the runner on second went halfway between second and third. Most of the time you probably would do that because if it falls, then you have a good chance of scoring. It was a tie game as there's a swing and a miss. So your run does not matter at all. What matters is the fact that I don't think Long Beach specifically recognized it, but when there was kind of a half-diving catch made in center, the guy got up and just kind of flung it towards the diamond. If he would have thrown it straight to second and got out that runner in terms of doubling him off before the run scored on the sacrifice fly, which is what ended up happening, would have been a double play to end the inning and send it to the knockout round. It was a gaffe that nearly cost the Ballers. 3 balls, 1 strike, pitch in. And it's ball 4, a walk issued to Bodie Wright. A lot of an assortment of former Pioneer Leaguers last year on that Long Beach Coast squad. As Eddie Pelk, who played with the Truckers last year, Emilio Corona with the Voyagers, Vest with the Voyagers, Cuba Bess with the High Wheelers. You can go up and down the lineup and find guys. Obviously, Trucker representation due to the fact that Troy Percival, the Idaho Falls manager last year, is the manager of the Long Beach Coast. Swing, miss. Runners on first and second. 1 out, 0-2 count. Range Riders trail by 4 in this one, but not for lack of trying. They've stranded 13 on the base paths. That is in comparison to the Mustangs, who have stranded 5. That is more than enough to make the difference in this one. For Range Riders, hypothetically, you know, it doesn't work out this clean, but if they would have been able to punch home those 13, and even if the Mustangs punched home their 5, it'd be advantage Glacier. Other scores from around the league: Great Falls has a 1-run lead over the Idaho Falls Chuckers at Voyagers Stadium. It's 8-7. Great Falls leads. Modesto leads Red Pocket, trying to keep their undefeated start to the season going over the Mobiles. This one back up the middle. It's a base knock. Mills gets the green light. And it's a muff in center field by McLaughlin that might get scored as the 4th error of the game. That would allow Wright to go first to third. Whatever it is, the leadoff error that started this inning does prove fruitful for the Mustangs, and they score for the first time since the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is 9-4 Billings. That run will go down as unearned on the Range Rider pitcher, Will Maynard. As of right now, it is not an error on McLaughlin in center, but maybe the scorer just didn't see that play cleanly. It looked pretty obvious that it was an E8, and that's why Wright went first to third. The 1-0 pitch in the zone is A.J. Shaver at the plate. A.J. Shaver, home run, a double, and a single. He's a triple away from the cycle. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Maynard has runners on first and third. 9-4, Billings advantage. Over the plate, 1-2. Other score lines from around the league: it's a 4-3 Ogden lead over Boise, and a 4-1 Yuba Sutter lead over Missoula. The 1-2, 1-out pitch. Runners going, hit on the ground. And it's the second error of the inning. An E6 to score right from third. Maybe it's a third error of the inning because of that one in center. It's just tonight where the Range Riders are not putting things together. Uran goes to second. He was running on the pitch, so he's probably going to be safe there, but you can assume a decent chance that Shaver would have gotten out on it. And that one almost takes the head off of Cam Bowen, the leadoff man. Count goes to 1-0. Still just one out on the board. Range Riders allowed 7 in the 7th last night, and 2 have come across here. And it is another error, it seems like. Maybe that one took a bad hop. But it skimmed off the glove of Garner into left field. And Uran scores. It is 11 to 4. Man. Range Riders, statistically one of the top defensive teams coming into this one, but just really in this inning, everything has fallen apart. Uran scores, Shaver first to third. On at least a hat trick of errors, but again, I think there was a mix-up in center too. Still just one out. 11-4 scoreline as a sloppy 7th inning continues. One out count, 1 out. Maynard is his team down by 7. Nope, missed the zone. 2-0. Nobody warming up in the pen. Maynard hasn't pitched bad. He's allowed 1 hit this inning. And the count's 3-0. He does have a walk, which the Range Riders want to cut out. The 3-0 is ball 4. One out, bases loaded for Adam Kuwe, a 3-run blast today. Mustangs have had 8 2-out RBIs. As Will Oman's coming out having a conversation with his pitcher. The Range Riders today have hit 167 with runners in scoring position. On the other side, Mustangs haven't been much better, but they're batting .333 with runners in scoring position. Now, Bowen on second, Soper's on first, and Shaver's over there on third. Good wheels for Shaver in case he gets the opportunity to run. It's Ratfield, Maynard, and Omen a part of the conversation. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Coca-Cola. Whether you're cheering from the stands or listening from home, nothing goes better with summer baseball than a Coke. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment, because baseball just tastes better with a Coke. And tonight's broadcast is also brought to you by Johns Manville. Tonight's a trusted leader in roofing and insulation solutions for home, businesses, and beyond. Built on quality, performance, and innovation, Johns Manville helps protect what matters most. Proud to support Range Riders baseball. First pitch missed low and in. Count goes to 1-0. That one nowhere near on the outside. 2-0.
Billings Rotary Memorial Day Parade.
2-0 pitch. Sky high to center. And, McLaughlin really misread that one, and holding it second will be Kuway. It looked like McLaughlin had a beat on it to at least grab it. It was going to be a sacrifice fly the whole way, but instead it went a lot further to the right center field fence, and 2 score on the double. Shaver and Bowen across. Charlie Muniz comes to the plate now. Range Riders 5 runs now allowed in this 7th inning, which might be the inning that in the end could decide it. The Range Riders were holding the Mustangs at an arm's length, and that one plunks the bat of Muniz to the chagrin of the faithful, and that's the day for Maynard. He receives 1 out, but by my count, it is all unearned runs against Maynard in the 1 out that he has recorded. Pitched well enough, in essence. Yeah, 5 runs, all unearned. Oy. And the pitching change is coming for Maynard. 2 walks in there and a hit by pitch. Certainly didn't do himself any favors after the errors, but allowing just 2 hits and getting minimal help from his defense. A new pitcher comes in for the Range Riders. It's Connor Housley to inherit the bases loaded jam. Tonight's Glacier Range Riders broadcast is brought to you by Logan Health. From routine care to advanced treatment close to home, Logan Health is committed to keeping the Flathead Valley healthy all year long. Trusted care right here in our community, proud supporters of Glacier Range Riders baseball. And don't forget about our Glacier Range Riders baseball and summer nights at Glacier Bank Park just go together, and so does community and trust with Glacier Bank. Whether you're opening your first account, growing a business, or planning for the future, Glacier Bank is here with local service and local people who know the Flathead Valley. Proud to support the Range Riders and communities across Montana. Connor Housley into the contest out of Tyrone, Georgia. Connor Housley, longest tenured Range Rider. He's been a part of this squad in every season since 2023. He joined midway through the year. Early in 2024, was picked up by the White Sox organization. And when they let him go midway through 2025, he finished out last year's campaign with the Range Riders. So technically 4th overall season with Glacier for Mr. Housley. Finished up his career with Kennesaw State University, Connor did. First pitch up and away. Housley, just 1 appearance on the season for him and allowed 1 earned run. There's a ball to Patrick Mills. 0 for 4, Patrick Mills. If you would have told me that he'd be 0 for 4, but it'd be nearly a double-digit lead for the Mustangs, certainly wouldn't have believed you. 2-0 with the bases stuffed. Fouled off by Mills. In 2023 with Glacier, Housley had a 3.96 ERA in 29 appearances. 2024 had 8 appearances. That's what got him signed by the White Sox upstairs. And then last year, 7 games played in 8 2/3 innings, just the tail end of the season from Housley. 3-1, 1 out pitch. Swing, miss, count goes to 3-2. Full count pitch coming in.
Full count on Mills. Nowhere to put him. 3-2.
Fouled off.
Fouled into the netting.
Range Riders gotten a little bit of their own medicine after such a good offensive performance over the first 4 games. And it's ball 4, and a run comes home on a walk. It's a 10-run lead for the Billings Mustangs. Ring around the rosy they go. It is now 6 in the 7th. Over the last 2 games, the Range Riders have allowed 13 runs in the 7th inning. Kyle Miklas to the plate. A single, a ground out, a ground into a double play, and a strikeout. Still just 1 out in this frame. Can't close the book on Maynard just yet, but it's just about how many unearned runs will come across against him. One ball, no strikes. 1 out. And it's a ball inside. Housley says, please give me a strike. A challenge by Housley. And they lose the challenge as it did miss inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Miklas started this inning. He is the only strikeout of this inning. The only out. Technically, Mills started the inning, reaching on the error. It is now 3-0, and the Range Riders are at risk of walking 1 more home. It's a 4-pitch walk. Fairly uncompetitive on that one. Housley cannot benefit from the errors earlier in the inning. Technically, Mills and Miklas are his responsibility, and if they come across their earned runs against him. Bodie Wright steps in. There's a called strike against Wright. Wright, stop me if you've heard this before this inning. A lot of walks and reached on errors. He walked. It's kind of the option when you're looking at some of these guys over the next couple ABs. This one out to right center field and falling for a base knock. Miklas nearly chasing down Mills, and the throw will be out at the plate. A hard stamp by Ratfield, who lets out some frustration, and frustrated in the on-deck circle is Uran, who has some words for Ratfield. Great relay to get that baby home and get Mills out at the plate. It is a single, as what it goes down as. Good job by our home plate umpire to diffuse the situation where Uran was not thrilled with how hard that tag was placed on Mills. It's an RBI single with a throw out at home and a much needed second out of the inning. Called strike. Muniz was the one that scored. Man, that was a great relay. I guess Mills was just holding too long at second. I didn't think it had a chance. I thought it was just more of a chance that Miklas scored from first. Look around, next thing I know, it's a body check from Ratfield on Mills. Much needed. Another good defensive play. It has maybe at times counteracted. He struggles defensively. You be the judge. The book is closed officially on Maynard, who has one of the more unique stat lines you will ever see. 1-2 pitch coming in. Foul scrape. Maynard finishes with .1 innings, 1/3 of an inning. 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 8 runs against, and I have them down as all unearned. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's called a ball. 2-2. Housley, you kind of see the frustration he's carrying himself with on the plate as this game has ballooned to 16-4. 8 runs across in the 7th. That's 1 run better than they did in the 7th last night. 2-2 pitch. Lifting to left. Horning finally given a chance for some action, and he sees it for out number 3. An 8-run 7th inning, and the Mustangs are up by a dozen as we head to the 8th inning of play.
Sometimes minor issues can turn into big problems the longer you wait. Hi, I'm Dr. James Cromie, General Surgeon at Logan Health. It's important to talk to your doctor if you notice any changes in your health. If surgery is part of the solution, we're here to help. Logan Health has the most comprehensive robotic surgery program in Montana, helping you to heal faster and get back to what you love.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. It's the top of the 8th inning. The Range Riders trail 16-4, but we're having fun here on YouTube, Home Team Network, and the Go Range Riders app. Carson Garner will lead us off. As Tom Pratt had a conversation with the umpire on his way over. I think probably just a casual. How you doing? Or maybe not. We're just a check-in on that stamp at home, which certainly made things flare a little bit. Fouled back, it would have popped me right in the face, if not for this wonderful netting in front of home. 0-1, no outs. Do we got a final score? Do we got a final score? Come on now. We do. Long Beach takes down Oakland by a score of 15-12. Long Beach. This Oakland squad, clunky start to the season. If not for a crazy comeback in the 9th last night, they'd really be on the lower foot, and they would have already lost that series to the Coast. Outside by Collier. Idaho Falls looking for their first win of the year. Right now they're at the verge of not getting it. Currently down 10-7 and down to their final out in Great Falls. Let's follow along with that one as I watch the 1-2. Skipping in the dirt. Right now Casey Vaughn of the Chuckers has a 2-1 count against Kevin Warwick as the Voyagers try to string together their second straight win. Time called. As Miklas dealing with something near his face. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. Top of the 8th inning. Pitch in. Hit a piece of it. The Chuckers and the Red Pocket Mobiles, the two winless teams in the PBL. Chuckers 1 out away from going to 0-5. 2-2. Swinging and a miss. Garner punched out. Jake Millen out of the plate. Casey Vaughn from the Chuckers did strike out looking. That is the ball game from Idaho Falls. The Chuckers had a 7-2 lead, and they squandered it thanks to a 6-run 4th inning. For the Voyagers, they added 2 more in the 7th. And the Range Riders, home opening opponent, on a little bit of a win streak now. Ball below the zone to Jake Millen. Count goes to 1-0. Congrats to the Voyagers bouncing back. Again, that makes the Range Riders' strength of victory a little bit sweeter. 1-0. Swing. Nice. Modesto up 6-3, trying to keep the Red Pocket Mobiles as one of the 2 winless teams. I'll follow that one now, as there's no outs in the top of the 9th. Foul scrape, count goes to 1-2. Continue to obviously prioritize this one, but fun to look at the scores around the league come in and see how other teams are looking through week 1. Still don't have a good grip on Modesto and Red Pocket. But the Mobiles, who are down by 3, as there's a swing and a miss and a strikeout of Millen. Mobiles, who are down by 3, have 2 aboard with nobody out. Marquise Jackson is up for them. Range Riders will not play the Modesto Roadsters this year, so if it is in fact that the Modesto Roadsters are very good, and not that the Red Pocket Mobiles are subpar, as this one up the middle, will it get through? Off-balance throw needed, and it's a great one from right. The Billings Mustangs do what the Range Riders would have loved to and make a defensive play there to end the top of the 8th. It's 15, scratch that, 16-4. We head to the bottom half of the frame. Last chance, not last chance, but a chance for some insurance for the Mustangs. Back and ladies and gentlemen, sound the alarm. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. It is a position player pitching. Logan Beard fires in his first professional pitch. It is a ball down low. To second base goes Tommy Rover, the designated hitter. So Logan Beard will bat in place of himself. This one down the right field line and a fair ball. Heading for 3, A.J. Shaver has himself the cycle. Sometimes they have in the numbers the last time somebody hit for a cycle, as Logan Beard throws that ball off so that they can give it to Shaver, I'm assuming, for his cycle hit.
Did it in Idaho Falls last year on May 31st.
As there's a called strike. Count goes to 0-1. I know in the MLB you can't you cannot challenge ABS from a pitcher, as this one hit into right field, base knock. And it is 17-4 as Shaver gets across on the Bowen single.
Now batting third baseman number 37, Michael Soper.
As of right now, I cannot find the last time a Mustang hit for the cycle. They do not have it in a really easy spot, as that one's called a strike, lofted through the zone. We have reached Pioneer League after dark after a foul ball. Michael Soper makes it 0-2. What's Logan Beard going to do here? He's going to dot him up with a fastball. No, he's going to hit that off speed, and it's fouled off by Soper. Anybody who gets out against this is going to certainly get the chirps from the dugout when they get back in. As what a time we got. This one fouled off as well. Trying to find that punch-out pitch, Logan Beard. 17-4 scoreline here, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning. As this one down the left field line is foul. Coach Beard probably going to have to dig deep into the record book to figure out the last time when he pitched was. Let's see if we got it somewhere, though. I have no pitching appearances for him, as this one's sky high over towards first base, where Jake Millen grabs it. One gone, and Soper, who could never really figure out that tricky pitching slot from Logan Beard, ends up with a pop out. Adam Kootway now stepping in. Great day for Kootway, 2 doubles and a home run. 17-4 scoreline. I have 0 post-high school playing, or post-high school pitching experience for Beard, to be very clear. He's played in 350 games in his career. After high school, but this is the first time I got a post-high school pitching appearance. We're going to have to keep digging in there. See if we can find something more on Beard. Count goes to 3-0 as he struggles to find the zone. In high school, he lettered 5 years at North Oldham High School. He was obviously a very good player and was the number 4 shortstop in the state of Kentucky. As this one's foul from Kootway. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I do not, however, have, as this one is sky high to right center field. And Kootway's gone young. Second home run of the night for Kootway. It's 19-4 as he homers off Beard, whose ERA is about to get pretty blown up. Might not see a return to the pitching circle for Beard, but the Range Riders more than happy to not burn another arm out of the pen and throw all the chips on Sunday. Kootway likely finishes off a 4-for-5 night. 19-4 Mustangs. Nice pitch right down the middle. I don't know why guys aren't swinging at that. That's a lofter and into right field for a base knock from Unique. Patrick Mills now stepping up. Mills, if you're going to get a chance to break your 0 for day, this is the one to do it against. Beard, the product of Louisville, Kentucky, finds the strike zone, and the count goes to 0-1. North Oldham High School graduate. Late swing. Makes the count 0-2. He's up on the top batting average on this team, Patrick Mills. Coming into the game, it will drop, though, after this one, as that is a ball, but just barely. Can't get a tap of the helmet for that one. I would love to see a tap. And this one over the head of the second baseman in Tommy Rover. Base knock. As Mills finally has himself a hit today. At what point do you swap in Rovers? Or somebody else, have Beard go to short and see Steele? Still one out in the bottom of the 8th. Ball outside, count goes to 1-0. Again, it kind of comes with an asterisk, but certainly the Range Riders are maybe flirting with the most runs ever scored against them, as this one popped up. Nicholas will fly out versus Beard, and there's 2 gone. The problem you can have in a situation with Beard at the plate is you overswing like that. You come in like the hot shot thinking that you're going to hit a home run in slow pitch softball, and then in a beer league softball game you end up going sky high because if you swing really hard and you don't make contact, and that's what happens. This one lofted in, drops through the zone, and called strike. Fans, maybe you hear them, maybe you don't, disagreeing with the strike zone. Is this one down the right field line, moving over and not able to make the grab. It's a fair ball. 1 run home, and slowing up at second is Bodie Wright. The score is now 20-4. Muniz scores, Mills to third. Most runs ever scored against the Range Riders. If a base knock happens, it could be that total. It's 22. That was by the Missoula Paddleheads on July 10th, 2022. I remember that game. I did not travel to that game because the first year we did not have road radio, as this one is into left center field. It's a 2 RBI single, and the Range Riders are tied for the most runs given up in a single game.
How bad you guys want to get big by?
You ran with the base hit. And Shaver steps up, the man who started this inning, with a triple into right field. And sees a dot of the strike zone by Beard, who you can just tell is as casual as you like it. There's another called strike. Shaver a little bit of a smile as he goes in the hole 0-2. Lofts that one in there, and it's an oppo field blast by Shaver to keep playing Ring Around the Rosie. It is the 25th hit of the contest by the Mustangs. Logan Beard's ERA, man. Cambo on 3 for 6. He steps in, sees a lofter. Even though Ratfield tried to frame that one, couldn't get the call. If Bowen brings one home, it is the highest total against the Range Riders in the 5-year existence. And again, with 6 runs against a position player, or 7 that it would be to break that record, I don't really take it with a ton of worry. This was just a day that belonged to the bats of Billings. This one grabbed, and Rover will tap the bag himself. So the Range Riders will no longer have to worry about the most runs given up in franchise history unless they come back, tie this game, and send it to the bottom of the ninth. Wouldn't that be something? We'll be right back for the top of the ninth. Unfortunately, no sound of the alarm here in the top of the ninth inning. They will keep C.J. Collier in the contest. It won't be a save for Collier. Just going to give him a chance to finish this puppy off. As call ball, I believe. But a challenge coming. The call was not clear, and Ratfield is partially who they're pointing to. And it is a strike, and the count goes to 0-2. They struggle a little bit with the strike zone here. 0-2 misses. Ratfield, his batting average won't go down too much today, but this at-bat certainly will help decide that a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside. Count goes to 2-2.
The Mustangs actually trailed early in this game. Riders scored 2 in the top of the first.
Swing and a miss. Ratfield likely finishes this contest 2 for 5. Up comes Carson Hornick. Hornick, single, double, and a walk. 2 for 3 today. First pitch in the zone, called strike. Count goes to 0-1.
5 runs in the second. Riders scored their last run on the top of the third.
That's a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Mustang runs in the third inning to make it 8-4 at the time, and no one scored in the middle third. 4th, 5th, and 6th innings, no runs for either side.
Another ball, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the 9th inning.
Mustangs have exploded. 8 runs in the 7th, 6 more in the 8th.
2-1 pitch to Horning.
Lead by 18.
Called strike, makes it 2-2.
Makes it 2-2. 1 out, base is empty. Highlights today, Adam Kootway with a 2-homer performance. 2 homers and 2
2-2 pitch. It's a piece of it towards second, and it's muffed by Wright, who had to go down to a knee to get it. We'll see what the kid scored as. To me, it should be a hit because he had to go down to try and absorb that. And it will. An infield single, call it for Horning.
Toward the second base bat.
Now batting second baseman number 1, Tommy Rover.
How they score it.
As Range Riders right now 2 outs away from tasting defeat for the first time this season. First pitch, a strike to Tommy Rover, who's trying to break an 0 for day. 0 for 4 for Rover.
Catches the bottom of the zone. 0-1. Tommy Rover started as the designated hitter.
A ball to Rover, makes it 1-1. Horning over there on first. I would guess in a regular game he's not going to steal. He's certainly not going to steal down 18. I guess they're not holding him on, so he could get to second via the catcher's indifference, if he so chooses, but still, probably unlikely. Slashed foul down the right field line.
Left side, and even though there's netting going all the way down to the foul poles now at Dealer Park, there's still a gateway, and that one found its way through those rare openings. And one's all right.
Downstairs, 2-2. 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Red Pocket Mobiles stranded the bases loaded. And that's how it ended. They were down by 1, and they stranded the bases loaded. Tough one. Modesto, likely a few outs away from being the last undefeated team in the PBL. 2-2. Ball 3.
Riders will drop to 4-1 as well. Mustangs lead 22-4 in the top of the 9th. And a full count on Rover.
3-2 pitch home. Swung on by Rover. And he'll have himself a skip around the base paths. Tommy Rover for the second straight night goes yard. It's a 2-run blast to make it 22-6. The second home run of the career of Tommy Rover. Horning along for the ride. And Rover, a nice at-bat there to earn himself 2 RBIs. Unfortunately, it does have the feeling of the meme of Chris Paul hitting the 3 to cut the deficit to 40. Called strike into Kyle Ashworth. Ashworth 0 for 4. Does have a reached on a bunt.
With that home run from Tommy Rover, his first hit of the game, Ashworth is now
Outside, 1-0.
range rider that doesn't have a hit.
Kind of hard to get the juice for this final inning. That's why I'm kind of shocked Collier's out there. I would have thought just throw a position player out there. He's going to get 3 outs eventually. As this one slashed down the left field line. Instead, Collier's ERA is taking a beating. Kyle Ashworth turning on the afterburners for a stand-up double. So Collier, who came in with a decent mark, is now going to have at least 2 earned runs against him in only 2 innings. I guess he'll get up to 2 1/3 if he finishes off this contest. But in the end, the ERA is going to go up for him out of the pen.
Luckily, most of those have come for the Mustangs. 22 runs on 25 hits in the ball game for Billings.
Flinch of the bat, did he go? First base umpire says no, because he was not asked. J.D. McLaughlin now. McLaughlin 2 for 5. 22-6 scoreline. Ashworth on second. Late swing, fouls it off. Count goes to 1-1. Probably similar to like the last night with Davis Pratt in there in what was really a blowout scoreline. Coach Todd Pratt just said, "Hey, let's just ride him out the finish. Make sure nothing funky happens, and you don't need to start sweating." 1-1. Range Riders, of course, the largest 9th inning comeback in franchise history, both on the road and at home, have come against the Billings Mustangs. I remember specifically a grand slam hit by Cruz Taylor here in 2023 that helped fuel a big top of the 9th inning comeback. 2 balls, 1 strike. This one, broken bat, flared into center field. Stop sign put up. And now runners on the corners for the pitcher, Logan Beard, as his Shohei moment brings him to the plate. Can he channel Ohtani? He had the bases loaded, 2-out opportunity with Collier up at the plate. Could have tied it in 1 swing of the bat. Instead, it was a deep fly ball down the right field line that was caught by Kuwe. Now he gets his second dig against Collier, and the first pitch is a ball outside. 22-6 scoreline here from Billings. These 2 squads face off once more tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Mountain Time. Join us on the broadcast, or heck, drive 8 hours from the Flathead Valley. This one into right field, base knock, and an RBI single by Logan Beard. He will likely finish the night 2 for 5. Ashworth across home after his double pays dividends. And Collier's ERA on the day right now, as we're going to see Dennis Rasmussen come out, and an actual pitcher is warming up in the pen. So it's a victory right now if you're the Range Riders and you can get another arm out there. You'll certainly take that. Using another guy, getting another guy hot, period, is something you'll take. Collier also was really good against the Range Riders last year. And so to be able to start to figure him out for future meetings, which these 2 squads are going to have a ton of, is also a good feeling. Range Riders offensively have 23 total bases tonight, which is not a bad clip. On the other side, however, Billings has 41 total bases in 1 game, which is a bewildering number. Carson Garner gets his second crack. He struck out swinging the last time against C.J. Collier. Range Riders got 7 on the board. Maybe Garner can have some success here in the 9th. 0-0 pitch. After the conversation, swing and a miss.
You're the 3rd pitcher working in the ball game tonight. It started with Harry Orth. Made his Mustangs debut on the mound. He was the starting pitcher with the first 4 innings. Ends up with a no decision. The 0-1.
0-1 is in the zone, and the count goes to 0-2 on Garner.
He was followed by 2 2/3 scoreless innings from Carlos Anziani. He was in line to pick up the victory.
0-2 pitch coming home.
2-0. C.J. Collier.
In a moment, when Garner sets.
Inning and 2/3 so far.
Swing and a miss. A 3-pitch strikeout of Garner, and there's 2 gone. Top of the 9th. The last chance for the Range Riders is Jake Millen.
Entered the game with the bases loaded in the 7th inning. At the time, it was just a 4-run Mustangs advantage, so the tying run was at the plate. First pitch he threw was to Logan Beard, who flied to right to end the threat. The Mustangs 8-run outburst in the bottom of the inning. 6 more in the bottom of the
2 outs, top of the 9th inning. First pitch in the zone on Millen. 1 for 4, had a single through the right side. 2 punchies and a fly out over to the 3rd baseman. Last opportunity for the Range Riders to see if they can get something. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. As the Range Riders now down to their last strike. Collier. Some cheers from the faithful. The 0-2, 2-out pitch. 1 strike away from their first home win of 2026. Collier into Millen. Down low in the dirt. Let's see if Mustangs fans can get it going again. This game has lasted about 3 hours and 10 minutes. Will it last any more than one pitch? 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the ninth, 2 on for Millen. Collier to pitch. On the ground, foul.
Foul to the first base side. And same 2 teams tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon. 1:05 p.m. first pitch.
One more time. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Collier to fire. And send this one sky high into left center field. Charging back and eventually making the grab for out number 3. Range Riders defeated for the first time this season. We'll be right back with a post-game show.
Thinking about where to host your next office event? Book the indoor event space at Glacier Bank Park. With a capacity up to 145 people, our indoor event space is a flexible, year-round venue ideal for accommodating receptions, conferences, and holiday parties. The spacious layout boasts impressive stadium and mountain views, providing the perfect setting for guests to mingle, network, and celebrate. Book your office party today at glacierbankpark.com.
Atrial fibrillation, or AFib, is the most common heart rhythm disorder we see here in Montana. For many, it can make simple routines feel unpredictable. Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Brunson, cardiac electrophysiologist here at Logan Health. Our program uses pulse field ablation, a safer option for treating AFib. By limiting damage to surrounding tissue, this helps your heart recover faster so your heart can keep up with your life.
Welcome to Magoo & Company, a third-generation family-owned business nestled in the heart of downtown Whitefish. We offer a dazzling array of diamonds, ethically sourced Montana sapphires, and captivating custom designs that capture the essence of Montana's natural beauty. From jewelry design and appraisals to cleaning, repairs, and gemologist consulting, your satisfaction is our priority. Experience the magic of Magoo & Company and discover the perfect piece to celebrate life's special moments.
By a score of 22-7. Just couldn't keep up with the Billings Mustangs in that offense. Range Riders tallied a couple runs in the early going. There's 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. That was 5, but it was not enough for Billings, who put in 8 in the first 3 innings of play. And then obviously game blown open in the 7th and 8th inning with 14 total runs, 6 of those coming against position player Logan Beard, and there was also 8 unearned runs against Will Maynard. 22-7 the final score. The winning pitcher tonight is Orth, earning his first career victory. Harry Orth. Aiden Elfering gets the loss, and the save actually does go to Collier because he inherited a jam with the bases loaded, so technically the tying run was at home when he came in and was able to finish out the contest, so got that save. We'll take a quick break, come back with the out-of-town scoreboard, and send you on your way from Billings, Montana. We'll be right back. Final score, Range Riders fall by 15.
22-7, the final. Here in Billings, Montana, the first Mustangs win at home in the 2026 season. A lot to talk about on this one, mostly on the offensive side. How about we start with the pitching as well? Harry Orth made his debut. Carlos Anziani coming in, finishing with 4 innings. Runs, 2 of them earned. Then Anziani shut the door. 2 2/3, scoreless ball from the right-hander. It's tonight's winning pitcher. Then C.J. Collier finished it up with the final 2 1/3 in this one. And on the offensive side, for both teams, every starter in the lineup had at least 1 hit in the ball game. And despite the Mustangs being way
from Glacier, or from the Range Rider Mustang game. Around the league in this Saturday, 5th day of the season, Long Beach outlasted Oakland 15-12. Great Falls with an Idaho Falls with a victory over Idaho Falls 10-7. Billings, obviously the win here. Modesto outlasted Red Pocket. It's a 4-4 game in the top of the 9th in Boise between the Raptors and the Hawks. The Paddleheads lead the Freebirds by a score of 8-7 in Missoula. It's a battle for the series tomorrow between these two sides, the Range Riders and the Mustangs. Range Riders would love to take 5 of 6 in their inaugural week of this 2026 season. Obviously, a day to forget in terms of the chaos that befell in the 7th and 8th inning, but overall, some positives to take from this one as well. Some good ABs, especially in the early going, and then just the disastrous finish defensively and at the pitching mound. The Range Riders would love to get a clean sheet in the bottom of the 7th inning tomorrow. But again, 1 o'clock Mountain Time, we'll tune in tomorrow afternoon from Billings, Montana. And make sure to get your tickets for Tuesday, May 26th, where the Range Riders are hosting the Great Falls Voyagers in their home opener. It's fireworks night that night at Glacier Bank Park. Until then, please have a great rest of your evening and stay safe out there. The Range Riders lose this game 22-7.